Hi everyone, in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to do the half double crochet. Now the half double crochet is a lovely stitch, very easy to do, and it sits in between a single crochet and a double crochet. That's why it's called the half double crochet. And I've done a little swatch here which we'll come back to, but I thought I'd start right at the beginning with how you might set up your work. Now when you're doing a single stitch, you can just put in the number of chain to the width of your project. So in this case I'm just going to chain 12. So you do a slip knot in the, or slip stitch in the usual way. Insert your hook. Now I'm using Aran or worsted weight yarn and a size 5mm crochet hook. The reason is that it's a good thick yarn and it shows the stitches very clearly. So we're going to start by doing a chain of 12. Yarn over 1, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over, pull through 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there we have it, there's our chain. Now for the sake of this video, I'm simply going to go into the top loop of the stitch, just for speed more than anything, because I want you to learn the half double crochet stitch rather than worrying too much about where you're putting your hook on a foundation chain. Now a half double crochet, you've got a choice really. You can either go into the second chain from the hook or the third chain. It depends on your tension and how loosely or how tightly you crochet. For me, I feel that the third chain is just about right, particularly if you're using thicker yarn. If your yarn is much thinner, then you may want to go into the second chain, but you can always adjust it. So this is why we work up a swatch, a tension swatch, and also we're looking at how the last stitches of our rows look. So to form the stitch, you're going to do a yarn over, as if you're going to do a double crochet. We're going to go into the third chain. We're going to do a yarn over, again, like a double, but this time when we have 3 loops on our hook, we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So creating this sort of gathered look. Next stitch, yarn over in the same way, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. And you keep going right across the row. So it creates a great fabric for a washcloth, a little bag, a jumper. All sorts of things can be made out of a straightforward half double crochet. So there's no fancy other stitches, it's simply half double crochet over and over again. So it's quite a restful stitch to learn and is reversible. It looks slightly different on the wrong side, but to be quite honest, it's an acceptable difference in that it's not a horrible look on the other side. Right, into the last chain, yarn over, and then we're going to do 2 chain at the end and turn our work to the left and continue. Now I like to go into, even though I've got these 2 chain stitches here, I'm ignoring those. I'm going to go into this first space in the row below, because this gives me a firm straight edge. Now if you're a relatively new crocheter, write that down. Write it down on a sticky note and stick it on your yarn label or on your phone, or put a note on your phone. Take a photograph of that particular starting point, because that's the thing we forget, and that's when things start to go awry and we get wiggly edges. I've done it so many times and then thought, oh right, I need to adjust it. So I'm going to go across here because we need to now see how we finish our rows. So just simply yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through. And now we're just approaching the end of the row. We need to look carefully when we get to the end of the row, because if you remember, we had the 2 chain from the beginning, and then we had our stitch which we've just gone into. So we've got to finish this off, and the place I like to finish off is in this top. So this is like a horizontal bar, not this loop here, but this one and the back one. So it is the V, but it's a little bit more hidden on the end. So you might want to take a photograph or make a note of that, draw a little sketch, because then you won't forget to do that particular stitch. 2 chain, turn our work. Now if we remember from the row below, we're going into this first stitch here, into this first stitch from the row below. Here we go, all the way across. Now we get a lovely pattern when we get going, because it gives us this little decorative line across our work. Just go to the end of this row and we'll have a little look at how we have progressed. So coming up to the end of the row, we're going to remember a horizontal bar here. That's going to be where we put our last, we make our last stitch through the V. We've got this little knot on the left. 2 chain, turn our work. Now you can see that we've got very straight sides on both sides. If they weren't straight, then I would have to adjust maybe my tension on my 2 turning chain. I might make them slightly tighter. Let's just do that. And now I'll continue and probably be happier with that right hand edge. So just be observant when you're doing these edges here. So this is the half double crochet tutorial, and we hope to make lots of garments out of this lovely stitch. You could even do a whole blanket like in this without changing colour, or you could do stripes. Very easy, just change colour at the end of a row. The way you do that is pretty straightforward. I've got videos on how to change colour, so I'll link to those videos in the description below, so you can see how to change colour on a striped blanket. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. This half double crochet, very useful stitch to learn, used in all sorts of complicated patterns, and is beautiful on its own. So take care, have a lovely day. Bye.